This is Deogie, a scruffy terrier mix with an insatiable itch for digging. See that nose? A finely tuned treasure detector, twitching whenever anything sparkly is rumoured to be buried. His older sister, Luna, a sleek and sensible German shepherd, often shakes her head at Deogie's antics. But don't let her stoic demeanour fool you. Her watchful eye never strays far from her adventurous brother. One sunny morning, the scent of adventure hung heavy in the air, and Deogie, true to form, caught it. He'd overheard his human family, the Millers, talking about a legendary lost collar that belonged to their grandpa's dog, supposedly buried somewhere in their sprawling backyard. Deogie's paws were practically vibrating with anticipation. Luna, sensing his excitement and the impending dirt piles, let out a dramatic sigh and dutifully followed. Deogie's first clue led him to the gnarled roots of an ancient oak tree. With a flurry of paws and flying dirt, he enthusiastically unearthed a rather surprised earthworm and a rusty bottle cap. Not quite the grand treasure, was it? Luna, ever the pragmatist, nudged him with her nose, subtly guiding him towards a loose brick in the garden path near the old rose bushes. And just like that, the first twist in their treasure hunt unfolded. Deogie, with a triumphant woof that echoed through the quiet yard, dug furiously. Moments later, he unearthed a small, intricately carved wooden box. But alas, inside wasn't the legendary collar. Instead, it was a faded, crinkled map drawn by a child, boldly labelled Grandpa Miller's Secret Stash. The map, a whimsical trail of crayon squiggles and dashed lines, led them on a winding path. It first pointed them past the forgotten swing set, where Deogie, with another burst of digging, found a surprisingly valuable vintage comic book, a first edition of The Adventures of Captain Canine, which coincidentally just happened to be Luna's favourite. She nudged it with her nose, a rare flicker of approval in her usually stoic eyes. The map then directed their intrepid journey to a wobbly fence post at the very back of the yard. Deogie, with a final mighty excavation that sent dirt flying everywhere, managed to dislodge the post entirely. Beneath it lay not the much sought-after collar, but a tarnished yet undeniably beautiful silver locket. Engraved on its surface were two tiny intertwined dog paws. Just then, Mrs. Miller stepped outside, drawn by the commotion. A nostalgic smile graced her lips as she spotted the dogs and their unearthed treasures. Deogie, Luna, what have you found now? She asked, her voice filled with amusement. Her eyes landed on the locket, and her smile softened, a wistful look coming over her face. Goodness, this was my grandmother's. She always said it held the spirit of our first family dog, a brave little terrier named K9. Deogie, his nose still twitching, looked up at Luna, a puzzled tilt to his head. He hadn't found a shiny grand treasure like a lost collar, had he? But he had unearthed something far more precious, a tangible piece of his family's history. In doing so, he had unknowingly found a profound connection to a furry ancestor, a brave little terrier just like him. Luna, for once, didn't sigh or roll her eyes. Instead, she gave him a rare, proud lick on his scruffy head, a silent acknowledgement that some treasures, like family connections and shared adventures, were meant to be found together.